If you're feeling this way, you're not irrelevant, you're not done, you're not fading. No, 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 no. Hey guys, and welcome back to Your Zesty Life Matters. I'm Michelle Boyle, and this is episode 4. So Your Zesty Life Matters is a podcast I've created so I can have real conversations, especially with women over 50. So today's episode is really important to me. It's like, what time is it? It's 9:30 at night, and I'm jumping on to do it now because sometimes when things come into my head, I just want to jump in and have a conversation and a discussion. And this is what I've been thinking a lot about this weekend. So I thought, why not just jump on, be cash, and get it done. So today is not really a story, it's not really a chat, it's not really a lesson of any sort. It's more like a wake-up call. It's been a wake-up call for me as I have put this into place recently. And I'm hoping that there'll be someone out there that this discussion today will resonate with, and it will help you too. All right, let's get started. So I think you can tell from the title that this episode will actually be a little bit about the second chapter of our lives, or if you were to split your life into 2 chapters. So the after 50 chapter. And what I've really noticed, and the more I look into it, the more that I notice, is that somewhere in midlife, we start slipping into smaller versions of ourselves. Not intentionally, not even dramatically, just quietly. Life has sort of become a slow chug forward. It's probably not so slow, but the whole basis of it is a slow chug because it's predictable, because it's tidy, because it's safe, because we know what to expect. Even if it is crazy, wild life that you're living, everything sort of stays the same. Like we're gently, dare I say it, like we're gently being pushed towards the retirement lane. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's going to be a long way away. So that's why I make sure that I do work that I'm passionate about, because I'm going to be working for a long time. So I don't know if you feel what I'm talking about or know people that are experiencing what I'm talking about. I feel like since I've turned 50, everywhere I look, there's messages about downsizing, simplifying, do your Swedish death cleaning, which is a really actually great method. I do actually recommend it, but not because you're getting old, and not because, even though it is actually for that purpose, but I think more just because it's cool to let go of stuff. So you can like free up your time. Okay, I've gone off topic, but so you can free up your time to have more experiences. But anyway, off topic. The messaging is prepare, slow down, take it easy. And honestly, maybe we actually listen because aging feels hard. Aging is confronting. I've just turned 55, and I have to say the difference in my aging in the last, say, 6 months has been huge. It's been noticeable. Do you know what I mean? And so maybe it's because menopause has washed us out. Maybe it's the society whispers that we can't help but notice. Move over now, your big years are behind you. And without even realizing it, I think a lot of us start to agree. We don't know that we're agreeing, we don't know that it's affecting us, but suddenly we don't feel quite the same. We shrink, we settle, and we lower our expectations to sort of match the script that we've been given. But here's what no one says out loud. I'm going to say it. So here is what no one says out loud. We're only halfway there, maybe a little bit over halfway there. But really, think back to when you're 10 to the age that you are now. That's a whole lot of life. What if we almost have that again? That's a whole lot of living. All those decades back when you were a child, then your teens, then your adulthood, who knows what you've done. But the same stretch is ahead of you now. And I'm not going to I don't know what age you are, and you might be younger than me, you might be older than me, but you know what I'm saying. Let's just say we're 50. Let's just say we're 50 on the dot. So that's what we're talking about here, because really, let's not split hairs. There's a lot of time ahead of us still. So let's say 50, 40 more years of good, hard living, even more maybe. I've just watched some videos on women that are like 105 and one of them's still working. Amazing. So I'm just going with her. She's going to be my mentor. So that's what I'm going for. So anyway, back on script. So 40 more years we've got. A whole lifetime. A blank canvas. It's a blank canvas. It is. It's a blank canvas. Get excited. I'm excited. And if we take care of ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, we get to live our life again from this point onwards. But the coolest thing is we've done all the learning part. We've done a heap of experience. So we're really hitting the ground running for the second half. So we're way ahead than we were when we started as a baby, had to learn to talk, had to learn to walk, had to do all of those things. No, now the next 40 years, we just hit the ground running today and off we go. We've had the experiences, we know what we can do, we know that we can keep learning, we know that we have the computer and everything at our fingertips to learn. Nothing can stop us, nothing. So my question today is for you who's watching this, who this resonates with. What do you want your next 40 years to look like? What do you want that to look like? Sort of exciting, do you think? I think it's sort of exciting. Not what society is telling you is inappropriate or unachievable or unrealistic. No, we're not going there. Not the safe beige version. No. Not the standard midlife smorgasbord of cruises, caravans, golf, and gardening. Unless that's what you want, unless that's what fires you up, unless that's what fills you up, then fine. But no cliches, no, this is what life offers now for me. No, we've got a blank canvas. I'm talking bigger dreams. Maybe you want to, I'm just going to do some random things here, start a charity, write a book, take the ballet class. That's what I want to do. I want to go back and take a ballet class. Dance again, like what I'm doing now. Really dance. Dance like you don't care what people think. Dance because it lights you up. Dance because you can feel again who you are. That's why I dance. But maybe for you it's art. Maybe for you it's walking. Maybe for you it's hanging out with friends. Pick a hobby up that you dropped decades ago. I always want to go back and try tennis because I had tennis lessons as a kid and it was terrible, like really terrible. And then on a work conference, a corporate conference like years ago, I picked up a racket and I could play and I was like, wow. But since then I haven't again. So I'd really like to go and see, can I play tennis or do I enjoy tennis? Start a business that you love. Learn something totally new. You can learn anything off the computer. You can learn anything at community groups. There's so much that you can learn. Learn a language. What would you like to learn? Cooking. I don't know what else. What else? I'm put on the spot here. I can't think of that. Anyway, learn something new. Reinvent your style, your energy, your identity. That's what I feel like I'm doing at the moment. Not my identity. I'm quite happy with that. But I'm trying to reinvent my style. For years and years, I've wanted to play around with clothing and I've wanted to like play around with makeup and do, like today I put tanning on and I'm just so bad at that sort of thing. But it was okay. It was sort of worked out all right, but I haven't done it for years. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try that again. And even though it was a hot mess, I still enjoyed it. So, you know, I'm looking at my style. I'm taking the time to find out, is the way that I dress and the way that I present, is that what I want for the future? I don't know. Maybe it is and maybe it's not, but it's a heap of fun finding out. I'll tell you that much. Or simply start living like you feel awake again. Yes. Gorgeous. I love that. So this isn't a time to fade. This is a time to expand. If you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, hear this. You are not slowing down because you're old. You're slowing down because the world is slowly nudging you into a move over mode. A world that celebrates youth loudly and midlife quietly. A world that actually prepares us women for a soft landing. After all that we've done through motherhood and through our careers and through all the things that we've done. But we don't need a soft landing. We need a relaunch, if that's what you want. We need to relaunch with energy and zest for who we want to be now. If you're feeling this way, you're not irrelevant, you're not done, you're not fading. No, 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 no. Everything that you have lived through has equipped you for the next stage. And what a stage it can be. Just think about it. We get to do the whole lot again. This whole thought, it frustrates me, this whole thought of heading towards the slowness, I don't know, just it freaks me out actually, to be honest. This whole sort of like you get to 55, 60 and all of a sudden you're sort of over here somewhere. Because everything you've lived through has equipped you. I will say that again. You've seen life, you've survived pain. You've rebuilt yourself many times already. You've tackled fear when you didn't feel brave. You've seen people constantly disappoint you and you've learned strength. But you know what matters now? You know who you are. Makes me a little bit emotional, actually, saying this. You know who you are, because I feel like I'm talking to myself too. Your experiences are not baggage, they're tools. Wisdom, power, clarity, experience, courage. You are now in your prime to create, learn, build, or experience something real, something that's real to you, something that's going to add to your life experience. Because life has already trained you for it. And because the reality is, and it is a reality, that we don't know how long we have. We don't. And we've seen people that have passed away young. So we don't really know how long we've got. So we don't really have a lot of time to sort of be thinking about all of this too much or giving into the dull. So the way I look at it is you're not too old, you're finally ready. So to finish up, what do you want your next chapter? So to finish up, what do you want your next chapter to look like? If you're able-bodied, if you're healthy, if you still have breath and fire and curiosity inside you, then why wouldn't you want to be living your fullest life? Whatever that looks like for you. And as I always say in these podcast episodes, if you are dealing with health issues, if you are dealing with life challenges, then how can we help you to have dreams aligned with what you're able to do as well? So life to the fullest, what does that look like for you? Maybe for you, it's full and busy. Maybe for you, it's peaceful and present. Or maybe it's both. Maybe it looks like waking up excited again. Maybe it looks like dancing in the lounge room or the changing rooms, or the kitchen, or taking a class, or starting a project, or being brave again for the first time in decades. Being brave, because it's scary to change, to make change. So let me tell you, there is no right way, there is only your way. So what is your vision for the next chapter in your life? Not the practical version, not the age-appropriate version, not the quiet downside version, your vision. Okay, so hopefully after listening to this podcast, hopefully, have I inspired you to add something to your life? Have I reminded you that you're not done? Have I nudged you today to dream bigger? Because this next chapter is yours or ours. We can zesty it together. We're not shrinking, we're not fading, we're not downsizing. We are reinventing, expand, to fire up, to live fully, boldly, and on our terms. So we're not finished, we're just getting started. So thanks for listening. That was a really important message that I just couldn't get out of my head, so I had to write it all down, and then I wanted to share it. Then I wanted to share it with you immediately. It's been a big day. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock at night. So if this spoke to your heart in any way, share it with someone that needs to be reminded too. Leave me a comment, send me an email if you want to talk directly to me, because your zesty life truly does matter. So thanks for being with me tonight. See you later. Bye.